Back at the workbench with another weathering job, this time an InterMountain CP Rail coal gondola. This is a car that I need to be careful not to overdo, as coal is a notoriously clean load. Kidding aside, we start by removing the trucks and setting them aside for paint and powder as always. This car had small washers in between the trucks and car body, so I set those somewhere safe. The first step in powder weathering, as always, is a round of dull coat for the powder to grip onto. With that done, I go for the first layer of powder. Looking at photos of these cars online, they're coated with a wonderful combination of road grime and coal dust. So I'm going to start with a nice brown layer to simulate the road grime. Layer 1 done, and another round of dull coat to lock the powder in. Once that's dry, I go for the second layer. Because I want to heavily cake on the black coal dust for this one, the pan pastels come out. I use the pan pastels to coat the rim and interior of the gondola, then I brush some black powder onto the sides and ends of the gondola. If I may stray slightly from the pure weathering content for a moment, I do have a little bit of a story behind this car. While a section of my model train collection does cover the late 90s and early 2000s when you could see these cars in regular service, I usually stick to the eastern United States for that era, CSX and Amtrak of that era to be specific. However, these coal gons have a little bit of a nostalgic element for me. Growing up, I had a copy of Oren's Trains Railroad Simulator 2004. My experience with that game is a whole other video's worth of content. But let's just say it's a long story. I logged more hours than I care to think about in that game, and put every piece of the built-in content to use. The game included a model of one of these coal gondolas, and I do recall running that car behind everything from Canadian National SD-40s to Italian tank engines. It was enough to create a memory, so when this car was donated to the Model Railroad Club I belong to and put up for sale to members, I snagged it. Back to the dirty work, another layer of dull coat locks the first layer of black powder in place. And just for the AI content moderators, that's black pastel powder, not the stuff the Civil War reenactors used to make things go bang, thank you very much. The side of the car does not look sooty enough to me though, so I double up with another layer of black pastel powder. I guess I should say it just in case, do not use the other kind of black powder to weather model trains. Pastel works just fine. Another round of dull coat to seal things up, and I take another look at the gondola. The sides look okay to me, but the rims and interior look like they need more. Out comes the pan pastel brush, and on goes more pan pastel. This is the fourth layer, if you're counting. And no, your eyes aren't messing with you. It got a little chilly while the dull coat was drying that last time, so I slipped on a jacket. More dull coat, and I set the car aside for the night. Most of my weathering projects take about 2 evenings to complete, though that time varies somewhat. A nice weekend morning dawns, and I take a look at the thoroughly dried car. At this point, all that remains, as far as I'm concerned, is to put some pan pastel on the bottom of the car to eliminate any shine down there. I couldn't do this earlier in the job because the car was resting on its belly for the dull coat applications. One final upside-down spray of dull coat, and yeah, I'm happy with that. It's time to reassemble the car. The truck's got a full paint and powder treatment off camera. I covered this process in another video on this channel. I make sure to place the washers back where they came from, and as always try to tighten the truck so one will only swivel while the other will swing in any direction. There's the finished product. Now for the before and after comparison. For most of my freight cars, 2 layers of powder is often enough to achieve the desired weathered effect. This car received 4 or 5 layers depending on how you want to count them. There's no magic number of layers that will give you the right look for every car. It's a little bit like a game of blackjack. Over time, you learn when to hit it with another layer, or when to stay with what you've got. Stay safe out there, and enjoy the world's greatest hobby.